in your eyes. All you can think of is a nice cold glass of beer and sunshine. Life can get you down, but you can take all the licks. Nothing in this world out of beer and sunshine cannot fizz. Oh, it's a beautiful day for some beach in a tan. Grab a few friends, put your feet in the sand with some beer and sunshine. Oh, oh, beer and sunshine. Yeah, beer and sunshine.
On Saturday, April 15th, Beer and Sunshine was invited to a monthly meeting of the Pasco Brewers Guild, which was held at Infusion Brewing on Mitchell Boulevard in New Port Richey. We got to meet a few of the guild members, and we spoke with Jeff Ashline and Mike Tobias, who worked together to form the Pasco Brewers Guild. I'm at Infusion Brewing, and I am with Jeff Ashline from Pasco Brewers Guild, and he was gracious enough to ask us to come and be part of their meeting and get to meet some of the other people that brew with you. And we are tasting your
New England
IPA, which is like a
7.8%. Really easy drinker.
It is. It's
juicy
like,
beer, as they say. My wife named it. She named it Sunny and Share, like give it to people. You know,
nice.
Yeah.
Sunny, S-U-N-N-Y?
Yep.
Sunny and Share. She's a genius.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
She's really good with naming beers, that's for sure.
It is. And I wanted to ask you, because I know that we had talked off camera, that the reason why you started the Pasco Brewers Guild is because there wasn't a Brewers Guild in Pasco.
That's right. I was doing a lot of research at the time. It all stems back to we bought a house a couple of years ago, and we finished the house. It took us a year and a half, and we got it done. And I like to stay busy. And my buddy Mike was into brewing a couple of years before that. And he's like, let's brew. I'm doing these kits. I'm like, I'd love to, but I just don't have the time. So we got done with the house and everything, and my wife's like, well, why don't you brew beer now? I said, okay, that sounds cool. So we did that, and I was starting to do a lot of research into how to brew and what to use to brew with, and just reading everything I could get my hands on. Internet, podcasts, books, whatever, talking to people. And I was like, I want to join a brew club. I'm reading about these brew clubs, and so I start doing some research, and I get with the American Homebrewers Association, and there's nothing in Pasco County. So I was like, well, I'll just start my own.
Exactly. So sometimes that's how things get started. You're like, hey, it's not there.
That's how it worked.
I'm going to do it. So how long have you been a part of the Brewers Guild? Or head of the Brewers Guild,
I started it, I think it was the second week of November.
So just recent?
Yeah, just last year.
Woo!
Yep.
Nice. And how many members do you have now?
42 members right now. 42
and
members.
If anybody wanted to become a member, how do they go about?
Right on Facebook.
Okay.
Yep. You'll search on Facebook. You'll find it. Shoot me a message, and we'll just sign you up.
Do you have to be like a brewer to be?
No.
So if I said I want to be part of the Pasco Brewers Guild,
join.
Sign me up.
No charge, no dues, nothing. We just meet every month. We meet at local breweries in Pasco, and we share our beers, and we talk like you've seen today. It's just really
great.
It's nice.
Well, I totally appreciate you allowing us to come to this meeting today.
Sure.
It was like great, and I hope that you will grace us on live TV.
We will.
Aha, that's awesome. And we'd actually like to come out and watch you brew and actually
definitely.
and tape that. That's awesome.
Yep, we'll bring you guys right along.
And I have Mike Tobias, who is also a member of the Pasco Brewers Guild. Thank you for joining me for just a short little interview. What do you have in your little tasting cup?
I don't know. I don't know what it's called.
It's called Good. It's called Good Craft Beer. That's what it's called.
Yes, it is.
And I have the sour. I can't remember the name of it. Citrus Sunrise sour. And Jeff makes this. And so how long have you been part of the Pasco Brewers Guild?
Well, me and Jeff started it, I think, about 8 months ago. Mm-hmm. And that's about it, 8 months. And we've been having fun brewing a lot of beer, about 300 gallons.
Wow.
So, yeah, we're doing a pretty good job.
We also got to speak with Angela and Eric Reamer, who share a passion and love for brewing craft beer.
This is our poolside cucumber kolsch, or we call it colcumber.
Which is like amazing. But the interesting story about the whole home brewing thing is they were recently in a competition and like blew everybody away with
the concoction that she came up with. So if you don't mind, would you like to explain to the viewers what it was that you made and which festival that you were at?
Absolutely. We were at Hops for Heroes, which is a great organization for was Wounded Warriors, I believe, was benefiting. And so it was a great competition. We had a lot of fun serving our beer, and the beer that we served was an apple of my pie wheat. And so it had the pie notes and the apple notes with a cinnamon sugar rim. It was a huge hit and a lot of fun to serve, and we had people coming back over and over.
The ladies loved it.
It sounds like something that the ladies would like, because I know that I do, and a lot of the ladies like the fruitier flavors. So where did you come up with your idea for that particular brew?
I don't really remember.
Yeah, we just like coming up with different ideas, things that you can't just buy in the store. Home brewing, you can't make it for what you can buy if you're going to buy like a light beer.
Yeah.
But you can make things that you can't buy. And so that's what we try to do. We have a whole list of things that we want to brew in the future, and so come up with cucumber, Kolsch, or an apple my pie wheat, things that are new and different.
So do you guys bounce like ideas off each other before you start brewing, or?
Yeah, she usually puts them in her phone. We've been brewing over 8 years, and for the last probably 2 years, we tend to bring the weird. We do, we won't just do a wheat, we'll do a apple pie wheat, or we won't just do a Kolsch, we'll do a cucumber Kolsch.
We do a lot of pumpkin or peach wheat. We've done a few times. So.
Well, that's the fun part about doing small batches and doing home craft brewing, is that your limit is your own imagination.
And that's what really made me fall in love with brewing, is there's an art and there's a science. And you can make it as easy or as technical as you want it to be and really make it your own. It's something that anyone can do, and it's something that you can easily take to the next level if you're really passionate for it.
And I could tell you're passionate about it. She smiles when she talks about craft beer, but who doesn't smile when you talk about craft beer?
Absolutely.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time, because I know that you have a meeting here today, but it was great to talk to you. And I hope that we get to see you in a festival in the future, and that we can have you on our show.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Pasco Brewers Guild member Corey Denninger attended the meeting and decided to taste what Infusion had to offer. We decided to go outside and ask him a few questions.
And what do you have in your glass?
Well, I have one of the brewery's beers here at Infusion. It's a porter. It's very good. I really like it.
So what do you think of the Infusion here?
It's my first time here. I'm impressed. It looks a lot like the original setup from Escape, which is just down the road. So they must have had some communications with them, because it looks quite a bit like it.
I believe Escape actually helped them get their start.
There you go.
Well, I thank you so much for spending some time with me today, and I hope that we get to talk to you in the future.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.
After meeting a few more guild members, tasting some great craft beer, and a very intense game of Jenga between Angela and Eric, the meeting was adjourned. Thank you, Jeff and Mike, the Pasco Brewers Guild, and Infusion Brewing Company for having us that day. Remember to support your local craft brewery by drinking local, and have a beer-tastic day.
It's been a rough work day. The boss is busting your ass. All you can think of is a nice cold glass of beer and sunshine. Life can get you down, but you can take all the licks. Nothing in this world out of beer and sunshine cannot fizz. Oh, it's a beautiful day for some beach in a tan. Grab a few friends, put your feet in the sand with some beer and sunshine. Oh, beer and sunshine. Yeah, beer and sunshine.